Hello Pisces, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super excited to be here with you on this last day of the year. We're going to dive in and get a look at the next 3 months for you Pisces, those first 3 months of 2025. Hard to believe, but we are already upon it. I do like to begin my readings by thanking those of you who have regularly watched my videos, who have liked, who have shared, who have subscribed, who comment. I really do deeply appreciate it. Yesterday's video, I kind of actually debated about whether to post it or not, and I just am so thankful for all of your comments and all the responses. Every once in a while, I'll just really let myself open up and it's just nice to be received in a caring, loving, affirmative way. And anyway, I just want to say thank you for that. And gosh, to anyone who may be new, who this may be their first reading watching on this channel, I welcome you. And I hope that you find a message that brings you some peace and clarity, something that really resonates with you. And if you do, I hope that you'll subscribe. Just keep in mind, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's get a general overview of what maybe you may be facing for the first 3 months of 2025. Wow, okay. Okay. Pisces, you're getting overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. You're also getting embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness, and you're getting this distant thunder clear the air. I think some communication that you've been waiting for, Pisces, is coming in here. Either someone's having a bit of a sudden breakthrough, or there's some kind of like perfect storm, some kind of like opportunity that just sort of comes together for something to come to the light, or for some conversation to be had, for some kind of clarity to be gained. This feels like it's in a relationship, or it feels, it doesn't have to be an intimate partnership type relationship, but it feels like something that's been brewing for a while, or something that's needed clarity for some time, that's finally sort of getting it. And I feel like you may not see it coming when it finally does happen. It may have even been something that you were looking for some time. And then when you finally gave up, it's like, here it came. I'm getting the sword and the stone, and that legend, right? That like only... I can't actually think of what the legend is. I know there's a sword and a stone at Disney World, and I think it has something to do with King Arthur. And this sword is Excalibur. But I could be wrong. I love King Arthur, and I read a lot of books on it. I actually just got a new book series of King Arthur books that I'm very excited to read. But there is this energy of, there may be, gosh, how do I want to say it? It's like there may be, there's someone, gosh, this is a really tough thing to say. Because it's kind of different. It's kind of nuanced. So at first what I was getting is there may be more than one right person, but there's only one right time. And that time is now. That time for the sword to be removed from the stone is now. And I do think that has something in it, but it feels way more for me with that like there is some clarity coming that's busting through something that like we as a collective consciousness, meaning like everyone, hasn't seen, and now is the time that something is getting revealed. It's coming to me like that, like maybe even on a global scale, or there's some information coming to pass here that's going to bring clarity. The sword is clarity and truth, and victory and success. So that's coming through, but it's also coming through to me. It's almost like the key that unlocks the heart. I'm seeing those keys at the bottom of the Hierophant. It's like, it's giving me this vibe of like, there have been other people who have come into the picture who maybe could have potentially had the key, but maybe they had the key but they didn't know how to use it, or it's like Excalibur, just they didn't have what it took to get Excalibur out of the stone, or to sort of like be the champion of the situation, to bring truth and success and victory to a situation. And this can even be like someone who's coming back in a different energy, who now at this time has the right stuff to get the sword out of the stone. But somebody is pulling a sword out of a stone in relationship to you, Pisces. It could be you. Like, this could even be with your career or something, where it's like you have felt that, like, no matter how much you have really proven yourself or brought clarity to a situation, or brought what you felt was going to be a potentially earth-shattering, thought-provoking, energy to a situation, it's like it just always remained stuck. It just never, the needle never got off the ground here. And what I'm seeing is that now it's like when you show either the same truth or this quality or there's this characteristic, it's like it's being seen, it's being appreciated, it's leading you to success now where it may not have before. And hence now we have this embracing enthusiasm. Pisces, it just, there's a natural ebb and flow of life, where sometimes we're in the flow and everything just seems to work out for us, and it's like we're not even trying. It's just like we think it and then it happens, or we think the best possible outcome and then it's like, boom, the best possible outcome is sitting on our doorstep. And then there are other times in life where it's like, no matter how hard we work or we fight or we plan or we try, it's like it just doesn't work out. Well, it feels very much like Pisces. All of the sudden, and almost like seemingly out of nowhere, everything is falling into place for you. That's literally what it feels like. And this feels like the completion of some type of transformation that you have been going through. Maybe even in regards to your thoughts, or, keeping your thoughts positive, or keeping your thoughts really open to all the possibilities here. There's something here, it may have even been like staying positive, or staying, really focusing on, are these thoughts serving me or not, and really bringing yourself to this kind of more mindful way of living, where it's like all of my thoughts are in support of what I'm trying to create in my life. And that's bringing about a kind of change that you can now see. Take from that whatever resonates and leave the rest, okay, Pisces? But that is your general overview of the next 3 months as far as I can see it. All right, so let's dive in now specifically to January, which, crazy enough, is tomorrow where I am. Okay, here we go, Pisces. What energy encapsulates January for Pisces, please, Spirit? Okay, another flower crown. I was really drawn to the flower crown in the last card that was embracing enthusiasm. And here we have this energy of Virgo with a flower crown. Some of you may have Virgo in your chart, or you may be dealing with a Virgo. Virgo is your opposite sign. The North Node and the South Node are slipping into Pisces and Virgo. That may have something to do with it, with the moon here. It may be a really powerful time for you. It may be a time where Pisces energy really takes the lead, or is really appreciated or seen in a different way than it has been in the past. Pisces, you're getting this confirmation again. It feels like in January, someone is coming forward to speak some kind of truth, or there is some kind of clarity that's coming in that you don't expect. And it may, again, be something that you were waiting for or watching for, that it just didn't happen, or you just never got it, or you were kind of expecting it and it didn't come, and now here it's coming. This is a time, I feel the energy of like a catapult. Like, this is a time that is seeing you move forward, and it feels like pretty quickly. The speed at which we travel, I feel like, has a lot to do with us personally, and what is going on internally within us, and what we're ready for when it comes to life. and experiences. But I feel like for everyone, there's a lot of forward movement here, or movement that is actually taking us closer to kind of our soul path. Last night we had that black moon, the new moon, the second new moon in the month of December. And we had the full moon in Gemini this month too, I believe. So something that may have started in December is really seeing its way into a place of prominence or importance possibly in January. Something is being revealed about something. You also have the new moon in Virgo, so there could also be like an anchor point with this energy in September, maybe the end of August even. It's as if something sort of low-key had a low-grade beginning, or it may not have been low-key, but it just feels that way. It feels like a little bit under the radar, and it's coming into light. This may be a relationship where it's like we're publicly acknowledging each other here, or there's a deepening of a level of commitment, or maybe there's even like the talk about moving in together, or the talk, some kind of talk here really starting about, this is like, what direction is this headed? Where are we going with this? What's happening here? I feel like. But it's a new phase in something. Feels like a relationship. It really does feel like a relationship. Let's see. Remember, this doesn't have to just be intimate partners. This can be family members, co-workers, work situations. And it can be more. Yeah, see? Okay. This is interesting. You guys are getting anger and cycles. And I thought a card fell. So I just want to look around and make sure. I don't see one. All right. So you have anger and you have cycles and you have solitude. And this is kind of giving me this similar energy to the sword and the stone. And it's the anger feels more like frustration than anger. It feels a little bit like, why aren't things working out for me? Why, as hard as I'm trying, like, why do I seem to be denied all the time? And then there's almost this recognition that looking at life this way, or thinking about life this way, or taking this approach to life isn't actually helpful. And that it's really not how you want to be or what you want to be, and it's not maybe serving your highest and best good. So there's this energy of almost like hermit-like energy, right, with the solitude. And I don't know, this feels like somewhere a hermit would live. But it's almost like kind of caving up, or, I've gotten this energy many times of the caterpillar going into the cocoon and coming out the butterfly. But what I'm really feeling from this is an energy of kind of like why all this happened the way that it did, or what the purpose of it was, or even like what the net result of the choice that you made to kind of say, you know what? Because the hermit is always focused on the lamp, right? And the lamp, inside the lamp is the star, and the stars are wish fulfillment. The hermit is not looking at the 5 of cups, or, the 5 of swords, or, the 10 of swords. The hermit is always focused on where is this taking me? Where is the gift in the darkness? Where is the light in this situation? What can be learned from it? How do I put my focus on what I really want? What is it that I really want? How do I find that? You know, it's the energy of seeking and seeking all of those things. It's not the energy of woe is me, right? And so I feel there is this choice or this decision. It's like almost this recognition of, man, things are not really going the way that I want them to go. And I'm getting kind of upset about it, or I'm feeling kind of, really frustrated. And, you know, I keep going over the same kind of thought pattern of like, why isn't this working out for me? I'm so upset this isn't working out for me. Nothing ever works out for me. Why is spirit, you know, passing me by? Why are all of my friends in happy relationships and I'm not? Why can't I just fall in love with someone normal? Why can't I just, you know, find someone nice who's ready to have a serious relationship and work towards the 10 of cups? Like, instead of focusing on all those things and asking ourselves those questions and kind of, you know, sort of staying kind of almost like stagnant in that energy, like I'm getting like marinating in that energy. There's this choice that happens at some point, and I feel like this is this year, like this has already happened. For some of you, you may be choosing it at this time. But there's just this real, I feel like a very definitive line where it's like, I refuse to spend my life like this. Like, this is not helping. This is not making me feel better. This is really just keeping me focused on all the things that didn't work out. And so there's this choice or this switch to like focus forward, to focus on what I do want to call into my life, to focus on what is it that I really want, what is it that where am I really going to find happiness. And I almost feel like there's a happiness that's found in the solitude that didn't exist before. And it almost feels to me like that's how you know, like either that's confirmation for this message for you, or it's also could be confirmation that once you find that happiness and that solitude, you're ready to move on, or your movement forward, or you having this experience where you're, you know, getting that message that makes everything kind of make sense, or you know, that brings clarity to a situation. The answers that you need are coming when you start to really find joy in this energy of solitude, of being by yourself, of focusing on your wish fulfillment, of working toward it on your own, letting go, making the decision to let go of this pattern. And it feels like the results that you're about to see and the answers that you're about to get are reflective of, I feel like, your wish fulfillment. I feel like that star in the Hermit's lamp energy. Let's see what we're getting here. Yeah, somebody's having a realization. This could be a man. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. This could be a man. This could be just a masculine energy. Doesn't have to be a man. You know, Pisces, this is so interesting. I feel the energy of just a lot of progress. You know, it's like when you're flying, like in an airplane, and you get a tailwind, you end up getting to your destination like 20 minutes earlier, you know, depending on how long the flight is and how strong the tailwind is. But it's that energy of having tailwind at your back, you know, it's that energy of, you know, this isn't just, you know, my effort. There's a real ease of movement. It's like things are just working out. Like obstacles are just sort of being removed. Or if something comes up that could delay something or that could pose a problem, or even like with this raccoon, I don't know why, but I'm getting this energy of like someone in the environment who's wearing a mask, or who's, you know, who can kind of cause some problems, right? it's like they're either removed or it's very clear, like their positioning is made very clear with that sun card energy. It's like everyone is seeing it for what it is. Like you don't even have to worry about it or waste your time or allow yourself to be distracted on it. It's just like, no, that's pretty obvious. You know what I mean? But it feels like even any problem that arises, there seems to be a solution that also comes. This can also be you know, that a reflection that you have become very solution focused. You know, at different times in life, we'll be very problem focused. Like, you know, everything is going so, you know, the country is going to the bad way or whatever, you know, like we'll be very focused on all the problems, and you don't really hear people saying, well, you know, here's how we fix it, with like actual meaningful things. But this feels like, even if there's like the recognition, oh, this could be a problem, like we need this paperwork or we need this whatever, it's like there is just this immediate like, oh, I googled it and this is how easy that is. You know what I mean? It's like really rapidly finding a solution to the problem. And it actually feels like these little things may be happening for a reason, because they may be leading you toward greater satisfaction in your life or greater happiness in your life, or like some bigger understanding. But there's so much happiness in January here. I mean, seriously, it's like things are becoming very clear without a lot of effort, you know? And you have this balanced energy and you have the tracks energy. And this is just saying to me, you know, the important thing is to maintain balance in all things as you are moving forward. Sometimes when we are moving forward at sort of a rapid rate, we can kind of embrace air energy, and air energy becomes very unbalanced very easily. I can say that as a Libra, who's a lot Libra. Like, oh my gosh, I think I have 7 placements in Libra. The thing is that sometimes you have to work to stay grounded and centered. Sometimes you have to work to maintain that sense of balance. And sometimes, like, you know, I'm always talking about yoga, but I just feel like it is such a great example. In yoga, when you're doing a balancing pose and you're having trouble maintaining your balance in the pose, you pick a drishti point, and that is just a point, you know, on the wall, on the floor, anywhere, it doesn't really matter, that you focus on, and you don't take your eyes off it. And suddenly it becomes much easier to balance, and you can actually get into a pose and hold that pose for a significant amount of time. And find a space of balance within yourself that you didn't almost kind of like know you had, because you held on to that drishti point. And I don't actually like, you know, this feels like when you're focused on your wish fulfillment and you're focused like the hermit with the star and the lamp, you kind of maintain a sense of balance naturally. It's like, because the things that bring us out of balance are the things like the raccoon, you know, like the person who's wearing a mask in the environment who is causing problems, or who has narcissistic tendencies, and you're going, does everybody else realize this? And you're thinking, how do I stop this person? Or you're thinking, man, this person's really getting under my skin, you know, they're sabotaging this, they're doing that, they're making me look bad here, like I need to defend myself over here, da 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 da. Those are the things that get you off balance. Those are the things that get you off track, right? And so it's kind of like, if I don't give any focus to those kind of things in my life, and I just watch that drishti point, right? That spot on the horizon that I'm heading toward, that seems to be my wish fulfillment, or seems to be where I've decided to travel at this time, I will automatically become this very centered and balanced being that is moving in this way. And nothing that is anything that is not in resonation with me will not be able to catch me, stick me, make me off balance, distract me, mess with me. It won't happen. And you have this mutable signs energy coming out here, and it's saying wise, perfect touch, editor, sees both sides, champion, adaptable. These are a lot of the really positive qualities that you actually hold, Pisces, as a mutable water sign. You are very wise, and you do oftentimes, this perfect touch is you do know what to say, or you do know how to be a loving presence without needing any kind of validation yourself from the experience, or needing to be right, or needing it to be about you. You have a very beautiful gift of being able to be a reflection point for other people, or to be able to listen to other people and find the question that they need to hear, to find their own answer, rather than to tell them how to be or what to do. You have a lot of true talents that it feels like are being seen, being appreciated, being admired, being revered here. And it's like, the more you are in your own truth, and the more that you are pursuing your own thing here, or you're focused on that drishti point and just staying balanced and centered, and allowing the universe to kind of move you forward with this flow, it's like the more it's even being acknowledged or seen as an admirable quality, this mutable nature of yours. You do have this man energy, or this, it says man, you or the querent, a person a boyfriend, a fiance, a spouse, a love interest. So, for me, always with tarot, it's less about gender and more about energy. And masculine energy is someone who is stepping forward, someone who is taking action, maybe to bring the answers that you need. Someone who is I feel there's someone who has had a bit of a aha moment, some kind of realization about, either their own desires, their own wants, in a situation, or, what you mean to them, or who you really are to them, or, just how important you are to them. It's just something like that, where I feel like this person is coming in with a renewed energy, a renewed sense of power, renewed sort of like desire to bring a positive outcome to a situation here that may have even been brewing for some time. Let's see. I'm gonna go this route. What can you tell me potentially about this relationship, Spirit? Okay. You're getting synchronizations are like spiritual breadcrumbs leading your path. The divine has your back. It's always there, guiding, supporting, and whispering. Take the chance you've been wanting to. And doors are closing, doors are opening. So, sometimes, guys, the answers that you get are not the answers that you want, right? And we got to be open to receiving those too. And sometimes those answers, though, they are every bit as valuable, right? Because, if someone isn't going to show up for you, or really doesn't have that intention, or, has kind of been stringing you along, or what do I even want to say about it? I don't know. But there's just this energy of, the answers you need are coming. They may not be the answers you want, but the answer will set you free either way. And that freedom is what you actually need and want. Okay. I mean, it's literally coming through to me in that way. I don't feel a sense of suffering here at all. I feel like you're kind of ready for whatever answers want to come out. But Spirit is definitely reminding you here even that, like, as doors close, doors open. And that every ending is really just leading you to a new beginning. And especially here at the end of the year, where we're looking forward to 2025, there's just this energy of, like, opening up to embrace it, whatever it is, knowing that you have the capacity to find happiness in it. It's almost like taking me back to the solitude card, where it's like, I don't think your purpose in being going into solitude was to find happiness there in the solitude, but I think you did, and I think that is sort of significant here, that like you will find happiness in anywhere where you're looking to find happiness, and so this is just allowing yourself to open up to what this moment in time holds for you in the way of happiness, and to acknowledge it and to accept it and to embrace it. It is a lot of happiness, Pisces. Like it feels very, very positive. All right, what advice? Yeah, okay. Your advice is the Emperor and the Star card. Yeah, can this be, taking charge of your own life? For sure. But I'm actually getting, when we focus on that star in the Hermit's lamp, right? When we are really, really focused on our own, the star is our own unique wish fulfillment. This isn't wish fulfillment in terms of, well, every commercial on TV says that my life needs to look like this, and so my wish fulfillment is having my life look like this, or whatever. This is like very unique to you. Like that is what I'm really getting, a heavy emphasis on that, of like your happiness only looks like happiness to you. Or like, no, it's not that. It's that you're authentic. Everything that is authentic to you is going to hold a deeper space of resonation and bring a deeper sense of wish fulfillment than anything else, than having anything else that anyone else has, than anything like that. It's just like when you, sorry, that's my grand dog. Honey, it's okay. I don't know if there's a squirrel or what. But I'm sorry for that. There's not a lot I can do. But this is like, it's like the sword and the stone. It's like the unique key. It's like all those things of like, okay, it is your moment. Okay, knowing really fully what your true desire is, and being really honest about that, and not needing it to look like anyone else's, or to like hold a space with anyone else, but just to be your own private personal goal, that drishti point that you're focused on. It's like when you're really focused on that, and you're in your authenticity, and you're out there making it happen for yourself, you're attracting some big energy here. So you're in your own divinity, and therefore you're calling in, like, it looks like a divine masculine energy. We had that man card, and now we have this Emperor card. You're calling in a very high vibrational counterpart even. I just keep getting this, like, it's unique to you kind of energy. The star is unique to you. I don't know that I've ever really gotten that message, and it's coming through so strongly here. So the person that is going to be really important to you in the month of January is the Sandpiper spirit, which says be playful. And you have the Mouse spirit, tend to the small things, on the bottom of the deck. Pisces, it feels like you're sort of driven, and it feels like there is someone who's trying to get your attention, or someone who's trying to get you to spend time with them, or trying to get you to kind of be playful with them, or to loosen up, or to make time for them, or to kind of what I actually get here is, Pisces, I feel like you may have unlocked something within someone, like possibly a masculine. And I feel like, you know, there is this energy of them having this aha moment that you have unlocked something within them, and now their focus is on you. And I think your focus is on the star. You know, your focus is on that drishti point. Your focus is on, you know, making sure everything is like making sure that you're basically using all of your free will choices to support your wish fulfillment. And it's like, I feel like this person is sort of like, hey, you awoken this thing in me, or hey, you know, here I am, I'm ready to play, or I finally figured it out, and I'm here and I'm focused on this and I'm ready to do this thing. And there's almost this energy with the mouse spirit of like, okay, but I'm kind of busy right now, or, you know, just hang on a second, or, you know what I mean? Let's see, let's get some message cards. Yeah, I want more with you one day. Our connection is so beautiful, but it's also painful and confusing as hell. You leave me breathless and without words, and I can't face you right now. The intensity between us scares me. This may have been someone who wasn't quite ready for this connection when it came, and now they're ready for it. I just keep getting that sword in the stone. Like, there's something about right timing, right person, all coming together in this first 3 months of 2025, where it's like, you know, I don't know, Pisces, I feel like you're a little focused on sort of the totality of your life here and the totality of your wish fulfillment. And while you may have been really focused on another person, it's almost as if you've realized that you can put all of your energy and all of your focus onto finding a soulmate or to maintaining a relationship, and it doesn't mean it's going to work. And then when that leaves, it's like it's taken a lot of energy and effort and work, and then you're kind of feeling like left with nothing in that space. And then again, you're turning to focus on work. So it's almost like I'm trying to keep everything balanced in my life. I'm not trying to go crazy on just focusing on a relationship. I'm trying to kind of keep it all in perspective, keep it all out in front of me. And, you know, I feel like this person has already, if they haven't expressed to you that this relationship made them nervous, or that, you know, maybe the intensity of the connection or the strength of the connection made them nervous, you knew it. You had a sixth sense. You intuitively knew. And I think it kind of caused you to back off a little bit, or to say, you know what, I'm just gonna let that thing have its time and its space, and when it's ready, it'll be ready, you know? Kind of energy. And now it's like this person, you giving them the space, is like kind of made this person like really, really, really want to focus on this relationship. Let's see. See, I think, Pisces, you held a mirror up to this person. And I think that you were kind of a reflection point to this person. Maybe they needed to have more fun. Maybe they needed to kind of loosen up. Maybe they were, you know, very, very serious, or they were very, you know, holding back emotionally, or not really, you know, kind of being in their own authenticity, or being their own true to their own self and their own feelings about people. Maybe they were one of those people that has a lot of friends that aren't really friends, you know, in their life, and they were prioritizing that over maybe this relationship, or, you know, I just, with that raccoon and with this partying and with this mask, you know, it feels like, okay, there is this energy of differentiating who is good for us in our life and who is not, and, you know, kind of needing to see that. And it feels like, as a couple, like as a partnership, as a duo. So I don't know, just take it as it resonates. Let's get a quick look at some tarot. There's a heavy emphasis on a partnership, and I do think someone was holding back. I think that you had someone who, you know, probably, you know, whenever I see a King of Pentacles in reverse with a Four of Pentacles and I'm looking at partnerships, I'm looking at somebody who has been taken advantage of in the past. I'm looking at somebody who may, you know, it's kind of like somebody who may have like a lot of money or a lot of worldly possessions who has a tendency to get used for them, you know, or, you know, like they may be someone who's always ready to help, or, you know, the Pentacles are not just money, it's currency, right? So it's like their time, their energy. It's like they may have had a lot of people that were really draining them, that were really taking a lot from them, and they weren't really receiving a lot. So maybe when it came to kind of being confronted with a relationship or with, you know, something that they may have had to sort of answer to or had to avail themselves to, just by title or expectation or their own thought of what that definition meant, it may have caused them to hold back. It may have caused them to be like, yeah, I just don't have it to give to another place. When the reality is what they needed to do was take their energy back from all the places they were putting it that weren't being reciprocated, that were draining them, and to kind of direct that energy toward the things that were beneficial for them, or reciprocal, or equal, or something like that. I think this person, though, it's like there may have been a friendship between you, or there may have even been a burgeoning relationship between you, or there may be one right now, where it's kind of like you're getting on the same page, or sort of syncing up is kind of what I'm getting here. And I think there's also this energy of really trying to figure out each other's vision of what this connection is, or what it's going to be, or what it's going to pan out into. I think there's the development of actual feelings here. There is, you know, there are some deep feelings. You got the King of Cups here. And it's kind of like, I want to know how you feel. Like, and I don't want to necessarily let you know how I feel because it makes me too vulnerable. And I kind of want to know, like, are we on the same page? Are we both thinking the same thing about this connection at this time? So I do feel like there's going to be some kind of conversation here that happens, you know, with the Page of Swords. It may start kind of jokingly or lightheartedly, but I do think that it becomes very serious. I think it does become an acknowledgement of deep feelings, and, you know, let's intentionally get on the same page. Let's intentionally share a vision. And move forward. And I think, Pisces, you're cool with it as long as it is something that can like happen at the same time of whatever it is else that you are also pursuing here. So to me, January really looks like this energy of, I think there is a major relationship here. I think it could be divine counterparts for sure. I do feel that there's an energy of, it could even be of, you know, I need you to step up into your highest and best. I need you to match my energy and what I'm bringing to the table. And, you know, you may have given this person that opportunity, or, you know, it's like different for all of you. I truly feel. But it feels like it required both parties, or at least one party, to sort of ascend. And in order for the other party to not kind of lose their balance or not sort of slip off track, they had to really balance out and not just be strictly focused on a relationship or on what was happening here. I do feel like there's a lot of clarity and a lot of happiness coming from this relationship coming up in January. And I do feel like some of those answers, or some of the things that weren't really clear to you at the end of 2024, will be made clear to you in 2025, in January of 2025. And yeah, I mean, it feels like it's being made clear so that a lot of progress can be made. But let's see, let's dive into February and see what we get there. Whoa. That was lucky that those didn't go all over the place. I've had a very klutzy morning this morning. Like, just been really, like, dropsy, like. But I haven't broken anything, spilled anything, you know, like, it just has been very clumsy and chunky and weird. So I don't know. Oh, I did drop one deck of cards and they went all over the place, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Interesting. All right, for Pisces for February, you had this card fly out of the deck, so this is actually your card for February, but you had these two flip around inside the deck as I was shoveling. Shoveling? No, shuffling. Gosh, I don't know, something weird is happening here. Wow, and you have the North Node on the bottom of the deck, and the North Node is going into Pisces. If it hasn't gone already, it's going. And the South Node is going into Virgo. So I feel like this is somebody around you. I feel like this may be your person. It can also be you. You could be triggering this in each other. But you have don't let pride get in your way, and you are good enough. Interestingly enough, the full moon in Leo typically does happen in February. And the full moon in Virgo happens at the end of February, beginning of March, and this happens at the end of January, beginning of February. So this month it feels significant. But you know, pride is kind of a way of covering up insecurity in a way. And you are good enough this is talking about self-worth. It's almost like not feeling worthy of what is in front of you. I actually feel like this is a masculine energy and this is a feminine energy, and I feel like, yeah, they could be pulling this out of each other, but it almost feels like two people who feel very lucky to have found each other, to have each other. It's kind of that energy of where it's like, you know, I can't believe my lucky stars kind of thing. But it's not really lucky stars, I feel like the universe is reminding you. This new moon in Capricorn happened last night. It was that crazy black new moon. This is saying, you know, no, you actually worked really hard for this. You know, you actually earned this relationship, this opportunity in love. And part of this relationship is to really get you to step into your purpose, your soul purpose here. Possibly for both of you. You have stuck in the past, blind choice, and release and cutting ties. Where are my glasses? Oh, there they are. All right. Blindly looking the other way. This card is about not wanting to acknowledge things right in front of them, choosing to look the other way. Okay, so this is talking about, I feel like for some of you, you may have someone from your past coming up in February here. I feel like this is someone who, it's like, you know, it felt like you really gave this person your heart, and it also felt like there were things there that may have kind of like made it sort of clear that this person wasn't maybe the safest choice with your heart. That, you know, it feels like there were some red flags there. I do feel there is this energy with this, you know, with the red string of fate here, and the scissors, that it's like all of these things happen for a reason, and they happen in the order they happen for a reason. And it's kind of like you may have even needed that relationship to happen for you to be able to embrace whatever relationship this is happening now. And like, as far as this reading goes, I feel like there's a burgeoning kind of relationship happening, or a deepening kind of connection happening. It could be with that past person, but I think for a lot of you, it is somebody pretty new. You know, like I said, you may have met them around like August or September. or something may have even happened around the end of in Virgo season. It's interesting because I do feel like, you know, sometimes things come back around to sort of almost like show us how much progress we've made, or to show us to almost drive the lesson home, or to almost how do I want to say, like, just reveal the true transformative nature of what we have gone through, or the process that we have, the experience that we've had. And I feel like, you know, Pisces, there keeps being this energy of, you know, possibly someone broke your heart, or there was a situation that it took a while for you to come to terms with. And I think that you were kind of focused on the past for a while until you made that decision to go into solitude that we saw before, and really just made this conscientious effort to focus on where you want to go, what kind of life you want to live, what your wish fulfillment is, to sort of pick that drishti point, to set your goals, and to like really commit to moving in that direction. I feel like your past comes back around in February. I feel like this is for a lot of you. And I do feel like you have started something new with someone else, or even this could be if you are back together with the same person that did this to you. It could be that they're kind of showing you those traits again, or that, you know, you can see clearly how you could go down a path that you don't want to go down, but you have the choice to do something different about it here. There's almost this recognition of the role that we played in our own suffering. The choices that we made along the way, where we chose to sort of not see what we didn't want to see, that actually sort of led to our own suffering. Like, if we would have just said, yeah, I see that, I observe that, I acknowledge that, maybe we could have spared ourselves some of that. And with this release, it's kind of the energy of forgiving yourself, of sort of saying to yourself, hey, you did the best you could with where you were at. You know, you're not perfect. It's hard to be perfect. You can't be perfect. You're human, you know, but you learned from it, and look at where you are now. You know, you're not in the same situation. You're not tolerating the same stuff. Like, this is like 180 or 360 or whatever it is, that you're in a completely different space than you were maybe even a year ago. Wow, I did not realize this, but this card had fallen out, or, you know, had flown out and was like over here, like over here. And I just looked down and I saw it, because I kept getting this energy of, you know, somebody who's sure about you isn't going to let you be confused. Like, there's something about, like, never knowing where you really stood with someone, or feeling like it was sort of precarious, that it was changeable. And it's like, what you're dealing with now and here and in this space, it feels very like solid. It doesn't feel like you're questioning, or you're wondering, or you're not sure, you don't know. It's like, no, I like, this person isn't letting me wonder those things. Let me see. So you're getting, pay attention to the signs, they are guiding you. You cannot please everyone in this situation, so focus on yourself. And this cycle is complete. Time to start a new one. And yeah, on the bottom of the deck, this never-ending cycle must end. So yeah, there's just this energy of the natural ebb and flow of life, and that not everything is meant to last forever. And that, you know, we have free will choice for a reason. And this forgiving ourselves is such a really important thing to do, to like consciously and mindfully just release ourselves from, you know, here's that man again. Some of you are dealing with an Aries. Or maybe Scorpio. Something, yes. See, okay. Oh, and here's another one. Oh, the Magician. Okay. Could be also Gemini. I just keep getting this feeling that you are moving in a new direction, and it's a solid direction. It's a beautiful direction. It's a ship, and the ship is sailing. You're going places. You're feeling good about it. It almost feels too as though this ship is taking you not just on a relationship path, but possibly also a career path or some other path. This can be where you have found a partnership that isn't just love. You know, I mean, like, how do I want to say it? Maybe you work together. You know, maybe this is someone that you're going to start a business with. Maybe this is someone you're going to open a practice with. Maybe this is someone, like, I don't know, but it feels as though there are big plans here with this ship energy and with the firefly energy. It's kind of almost like the further we go, the more we realize that, like, together our light shines brighter, and it feels kind of almost like across the board. This could even be socially, you know, or like moving through, you know, spaces that could, like, may have been harder or felt more difficult in the past, but with this person by your side, it's like having the wind in the sails. It's like having that tailwind I was talking about when you're flying. It's like something that makes it easier and makes you arrive there faster with less difficulty, you know, kind of energy. And so it's sort of like this partnership works, and it may work on multiple levels. It may not just be love, okay? And it's like, and it may be something that's actually, there's like a heavy focus or there's an illumination on it here. This could even be like where you're traveling, or this could be even possibly like moving in together or something like that, where it's like, this is really going to ease our burden and we're going to be able to like save money faster, or we're going to be able to like get to where we're trying to go together. It's something almost that feels sort of almost like practical, but also is only possible because the two of you are the two of you, you know? And I do feel like kind of out of the blue, you have Mars and you have the ruler of destruction here. And it sort of feels like this thing that comes in out of the blue that could really shake your foundation, or could really kind of challenge this burgeoning space. But, you know, I don't think so, because I think you're both looking at things from a higher level perspective, and you have already, there's almost like this established deep connection where it's like, no, like my focus is on you. Like, yes, this person may come back. I can't control other people's behavior or what other people choose to do. And at one point in my life, this may have really disrupted me, or may have really made me question a lot of things, or really thrown me off track. But here it feels like this person is just, it's too late. You know, it feels like that you've already alchemized this energy into something else. You're already experiencing something else. You're already having progress in this relationship. It's already sort of really moving in a positive direction, and it feels very reliable. With the tree is saying like grounded, fertility, health, vitality, roots, you know, past lives, evolving. It's kind of like in this relationship, you have the opportunity to grow in a way that you just didn't with the other relationship, because, or this relationship at a prior time, because the other person may not have been ready. See, okay, you're getting the Emperor again, and this time you're getting the Moon with it. There could be a heavy emphasis on the moon cycles of February. Like, I think it's maybe the new moon in Aquarius, could be a new moon in Pisces, and or the full moon in Virgo, or the full moon in Leo. I feel like there is something unexpected, something that you don't see coming with the moon. I feel like you can handle it. I feel like you handle it like a champion. I feel like it doesn't even, it could have and may have at one time been very disruptive, like I said, but you're so sure about the path you're on. You're so sure about what you're doing. You're so almost, I feel like, set in your way with it, that it sort of like, it almost just like bounces off of you. Like it just kind of has no real lasting effect. It just maybe even just reveals something to you. Like how strong this new relationship is, or how sure you are about the path you're on. Bhakti, come on, Bubba. You guys are cuckoo. Let's calm down. Let's lay down and just rest. How about that? We're going to be up late tonight. Yeah. Just lay down. Let's lay down and rest. How about that? I love you. This is my grand dog heavy breathing by the microphone. Wow, okay. That mouse spirit really wants to come out. Wow, with the rhino spirit. Okay. So, you know, I kind of feel like this is your person's energy here, Pisces, with the mouse spirit. I feel like they are very, they're paying close attention to the energy. They're kind of sensing how things are affecting you. I feel like this is someone who's kind of on high alert. Almost, you know, when you are that low on the food chain, you know, there's a lot of predators out there that can get to you. So you have to sort of be alert. And it's almost like I'm getting this energy with the ears of like, you know, trying to hear everything, trying to, you know, like even in just in what you're saying. And they're really trying. I feel like this is someone who's conscientiously trying to be what you need, or like trying to ease your burden or make your life better, trying to be supportive of you. And you've got this rhino spirit and it says overcome any obstacle. I feel like that's part of what you're discovering in February, is that like kind of with this person by your side, you are able to overcome the obstacles. There, you keep getting this energy of, you know, it's not that you're going to be without challenges, but it's that like these challenges do not pose the same kind of threat that maybe they did in the past. It may even be because you have this partnership, or just that you are really pursuing your life path and you're really on target. And when you're in that energy, you know, you do make progress much faster. I feel such tenderness from this mouse. Like, I just feel like you're my heart, you know, kind of energy. Okay, you have, I know who you are to me. And it's interesting because you were in this energy in January. And so it's almost like a mirrored energy. It may have made this person feel a certain kind of way, and they may be trying to repay that to you. It says, I know who you are to me. Everything you've ever said to me, I've taken to heart, and how I wish I could hold you tonight. This person is conscientiously wanting to meet your needs, or wanting to ease your burden, or make your life easier in February. That's just what I get. And they may be aware that there is someone maybe from your past trying to come back. Oh, wow. I mean, holy crap. Wow. Oh my God. Look at that. Jeez Louise. They may be consciously aware that there is some kind of threat to the relationship, or there is somebody from the past who's wanting another chance, or something here, some kind of challenge, some kind of obstacle. And they may be like almost very sensitive to it, but like almost kind of trying not to show it, but just trying to be there for you so that you don't have a need that you're going to get met by somebody else, kind of. And this brings about a ton of clarity. First of all, the fact that a past person would come back in the energy of the ruler of destruction says a lot. Second of all, the fact that this other person would so conscientiously show you how committed and dedicated they are to you, instead of jumping on the destructive bandwagon and, you know, being all offended and and, you know, coming in with their pride and their ego, like we saw with the 2 cards that flipped around inside the moon deck at the very beginning of this February spot. They're putting all of that aside to just show up and be what you need and double down on their commitment to you and to this relationship. I think it actually helps deepen the level of connection here, or the level of commitment that you feel to each other, or even deepen the level of fulfillment you're feeling from the relationship, and hope and optimism that you feel about this relationship. It's bringing about a lot of clarity. I think that this past person, I think you're kind of like, no, you know what I mean? Or even, it can be even the energy of what, like something could be coming up internally within you, getting triggered or whatever, that's making you feel like, yeah, like maybe you need a minute. Oh my God, you're getting the energy of the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Wow. There's that Hierophant. Yeah. Something happens here in February, and, you know, this can be something that we experienced with a past person that comes back up, that may get triggered, that may make us feel like, oh no, this relationship isn't safe, or this relationship is limited in the same way the past relationship was limited, or something different. But it's like, you know, there may be something that makes you question whether or not this can actually be the 10 of Cups. And it may make you get a little defensive or a little bit guarded, because you don't want to be stuck like you were stuck in the past, and it's putting you in that stuck energy here where you're just not sure. This person is going to come in very reassuring. Very reassuring. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Hierophant. I mean, they're going to come in like, okay, you're not sure. Well, how about this? I'm sure. You know, they're going to come in with this energy of, okay, you're putting up your defenses. All right, well, I'm coming in to tear them down. I'm coming in to fight for this relationship. I'm laying it all on the table. I'm offering you everything that anyone could possibly offer you. You know, I'm going to make it very, very clear. I'm not going to let you get away. I'm not going to let you walk away from me. I'm not going to let either a past person that come back in and try to fight for this and make you confused. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to, you know, this could even be perceived competition by your person that is making them feel that there's not a doubt in my mind that I want to be with Pisces. And so I'm going to bring out every weapon in my arsenal to make that incredibly clear. That's what I feel like February is for you. I feel like anything where you were indecisive, or where you didn't know where this person stood, or if you thought they were indecisive, or that things may have been growing stagnant and it may have started to remind you of a past situation, it's going to get blown out of the water. There will be none of that. None of that. Yeah, someone's going to make their intentions very clear. All right, Pisces, my gosh. Okay, so that is what we're looking at with February. And so let's get a look at March. February and March, you guys, your birthday season. I keep feeling like you've got a ship that's sailing here. There's a relationship happening here. And I feel that it's pretty harmonious. I feel like you are going places. I feel like you can see or sense or feel already the degree of success that is possible here. I feel like it's a lot of success that's possible here. And I feel it's kind of like just working out those, those things that make it vulnerable. It's kind of seeing them, looking at them, not shying away from them, figuring them out. I feel like there's a lot of energy of working together as a team even. You know, sharing that vision, building that foundation, supporting each other. And there may be a past person who shows back up, and it may have at one time, that may have been something that you could not refuse. But I feel like what this person has brought to your table is so significant that it's almost like easy. All right, let's see for March for Pisces, please, Spirit. What can you tell us about March for Pisces? Wow, okay. You're getting be bold and make the first move. And that's the cardinal moon. And the next cardinal sign, it's either going to be the new moon in Aries or the full moon in Libra. And it's funny because you have the opposite of that here. You have the new moon in Libra and the full moon in Aries. So this is like October time. End of September, October. So again, sort of that same time frame that we saw in the beginning. It's sort of giving me this vibe of, you know how when you're first coming together in a relationship, it's like you're working things out. You're figuring out, can I trust this person? Is this person an energetic match for me? Do they feel the same way I feel? Getting on the same page. I feel like we've sort of watched all of that happen. In February, there may have been some kind of challenge, whether it was like seen or unseen, to the connection. And all it did was sort of reaffirm our commitment to each other and our belief in where this relationship can actually go and what can actually happen because of the way maybe even we handled that challenge or that obstacle. And I feel like in March, there's just sort of this energy of there aren't really a whole lot more questions. It's sort of that energy of like, when you know. For some of you, could be an engagement or, something serious happening here. I have seen cards that have made me feel like you're moving in together with this person. Or that this could be like traveling to see the person or something like that. But there's some kind of real and true declaration, some kind of something that's official. With Libra, it's justice. You've got the scales there. It's almost giving me like some kind of legal contract, like signing a lease or getting a marriage license or making some kind of pact or agreement here. And it does, with the fiery climax approaching, it's sort of making me feel like, this is what it's all been coming toward, or this is the place where, the relationships I had in the past just never really could get here. And we're here, it's kind of that energy. Yeah, you're getting powerful signs and flirt. Yeah, this is yeah, and you have new beginning on the bottom of the deck. So you got these, this is the beginning. Like this is like the culmination of a lot of effort and energy in figuring something out and sort of establishing ground rules and and you know, figuring out what the vision is and figuring out what the plan is. And it's like, okay, now we're making real progress. Now it's like we're official, we're together, this is very balanced, this is very healthy. And you know, we have chosen each other so many times now that I trust that we're always going to choose each other, kind of energy. I don't know how else to say it. I feel like there's dating, or there's a lot of time spent just the two of you here in this time period. Yeah, make time for yourself, spoil yourself. I feel like this is this relationship. Somebody wants your attention. Yeah, this is like, you know, you're my favorite person and I don't want to be with anybody else. And it may even be annoying to other people. So like, let's just be me and you. And it says, you may not see the progress now, but trust that it's happening regardless. You know, this almost feels like a little bit like back into that February energy. It's like there was almost this challenge, or there was something that was kind of shaking something. And it was like us doubling down and recommitting to each other and recommitting to this relationship, and kind of not letting this shakiness shake us apart, showed us that we are actually very dedicated and committed to each other. And now there's just sort of this living in that energy of just like, oh man, you, huh? You know, I don't know. I just get that vibe. So let's keep going. I do feel like you have this unexpected communication coming in. This could be unrelated to the relationship. Like this could be something about work, or it does feel like something is shaking loose here. This feels like almost like a honeymoon type energy to me, where it's almost like everything is working out, everything is blissful, everything is lovely. You know what I mean? Kind of a vibe, really and truly. And when you're in that energy, you know, things happen. Positive things happen. Okay? Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries. Or you may have those signs in your chart. Okay. You're getting the Emperor card and the Strength card here. And, you know, this to me is just, it's like the strength of this connection is like making each individual stronger. It's there's something that's happening here where both people are sort of learning to tame the thing within them that has sort of sabotaged them in the past, or has sort of been their Achilles heel. It's like there's a strength in this connection that helps both people find the strength within themselves to sort of overcome their own sort of demon or lower vibrational tendencies. You have a very heavy emphasis on fire energy here. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of desire. I do get this energy of like a lot of sexual chemistry, or like really being into each other, almost annoyingly so, like that get a room vibe. So I don't know, you know, take it as it resonates. You also have the return of the raccoon on the bottom of the deck and this broom energy. So it is also telling me that there are like maybe people around this situation, or somebody's friends or something, that are kind of low vibrational, that just aren't a match with this energy. They're not in resonation with this kind of like high vibrational love. And it's okay, because it was time to kind of weed the garden. As Rumi says, make like a tree and fall and let the, or be like the tree and fall and let the dead leaves go, or something. It's kind of like that energy here with this broom. You have the Wheel of Fortune, you have Mortar and Pestle, and you have the Moose. And this is kind of an energy where, you know, there's almost like trusting fate, trusting the universe, trusting that this relationship has come. It's almost like a relationship that confirms your faith and belief in the universe itself. You know, it's like where we started this reading, where it was like we were kind of looking at life like, you know, angry, frustrated, disappointed, and we needed to pull ourselves back and go into that solitude energy and sort of refocus on what we really wanted. Now you're getting what you really want, and it's making you believe in fate and believe in love and believe in the universe and in the timing of things and in the divine order of things. And it's just, there's a honeymoon energy. It's a very blissful, very like nothing can mess with me, because I'm just so, it feels like at peace, relaxed, happy, blissful energy. And you know, with the mortar and pestle, I mean, honestly, I hate to be this way, but it is giving me a little bit of sexual energy. And it is also giving me the energy of coming together on a deep level of alchemy. And you have this moose energy, which is it's powerful, and it also says independent. And it's kind of like, I feel like Pisces, you were very, honey, stop. Baby girl, it's okay. You do not have to get upset. Just lay down. Just lay down. Guys, we're going to be up late tonight, so just lay down, okay? I love you. There's this energy of, you know, like where you were once maybe very independent, very calm, very cool, very like, oh yeah, nothing can get to me. There's sort of this energy of coming together with someone else and feeling just the kind of level of power of that, or the level of strength of the connection, or feeling even stronger because you have partnered with this person. Or it really is just the energy of a power couple. It's two people that are super in sync with each other, that you're not going to divide them and conquer them. They cannot be divided at this point, at this stage that I'm seeing here. So let me get your advice. And so these energies around that are just not a vibration, they're not a match, and they just are not going to, some of you are dealing with an Aries, okay? You've gotten the Emperor card, I don't know how many times in how many ways from how many decks, but some of you are dealing with an Aries, or Aries season may be significant. Pisces to Aries season. You have Pisces on the bottom of the deck with the Hangman, or the Hanged Human. This just really, it feels like that choice, that moment that you took to say, you know what, the way I'm thinking, what I'm focused on the past, and I'm focused on everything that went wrong. And all I'm doing is feeling more and more frustrated, more and more depressed, more and more upset about where I'm at, or, you know, within myself or my own life. I'm feeling dissatisfaction, and that's not serving me. I need to get a different perspective on this. I need to just sort of pull myself out of the game, go into this energy of solitude, and really, you know, try to find the gift in all of this and focus forward on what I want to do. That decision is the decision that you made, where you took control, where you took your power back, and where you sort of created what you're experiencing here in March. And I think, you know, Pisces, I feel like it's saying, like, don't be afraid to make that executive decision. If you want to be, you know, if you want to just spend your time and your energy with this person, living in love and basking in bliss, then do it. It's your season. It's your moment. Make whatever decision serves your highest and best here at this time. What a birthday month you guys are going to have. So you guys are getting Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom, and Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. And then you're getting the Frog Spirit on the bottom of the deck, which is clear out the clutter. Again, I really feel like naturally some relationships or some friendships or some fringe people around this connection are just going to be falling away. With the Wolf Spirit and the Crow Spirit, I actually feel like these are both sort of signs and synchronicities here for somebody. The wolf may be important to someone. The crow may be important to someone. The frog may be important to someone. Especially the crow, like a heavy emphasis on the crow. But there's this feeling of, you know, in life, we learn our lessons, right? You know, we have an experience, like, I'll just say, the stove is hot, right? And so, like, first we have to sort of touch the stove to find out it's hot, right? And then we're like, oh man, that burned me. I don't ever want to do that again. That hurt. And so we learn the lesson, and we have the practical knowledge that the stove is hot and that we don't want to touch it. But we don't integrate that knowledge until we start applying it, until we start going, you know what, I'm around the stove. Maybe I need to put a hot mitt on. That's where you start to see, okay, we're integrating. We're not going to make the same mistake again. We're not going to need to learn that lesson again. We have integrated the practical knowledge that we got from the experience, and we're applying it. So that's what I see with this crow and this wolf. It's kind of like, it's like, you know, I have been through many cycles in love or on this journey or even with this direct person. And I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about love. I've learned a lot about maintaining balance as I'm moving forward at a kind of a fast speed. I've learned a lot about how to support my partner. I've learned a lot about how to intuitively understand what somebody needs. I've learned how, you know, there's a lot of things that we've learned even in just this tarot reading. And this month, this energy is where we are just taking all of those practical knowledges and we're sort of learning how to integrate them into being a partner for our person. And part of being a partner for our person, or being able to put so much into a relationship, is not putting our energy in places where it's not serving us. You know, not having all of these drains around us of things that aren't bringing us fulfillment or aren't bringing us joy or aren't bringing us happiness. It's almost like this relationship becomes the benchmark. For whatever reason, what's coming through to me, when my daughter got her dog, you know, she's like 24, and her dog has separation anxiety, and like bad. And she has to go to daycare if my daughter goes to school or whatever, you know, or like I watch her quite a bit, you know that, when I can. And the thing is that, I was talking to my daughter and I said, gosh, you know, is it just kind of heavy on you? Because, you know, it seems like it's affecting your social life. This is like last year. She's gotten a lot better. But this was like last year, and I said, you know, is it really bothering you that like you always have to think like how, you know, you can't be spontaneous, you know, you have to make arrangements. She's got this really wonderful dog sitter who she, you know, will call, but she can't just call her at the last minute. And she said, no, she said, you know, it's actually taught me something. That, you know, I love spending my time with my dog. You know, they go hiking, they do all kinds of stuff. That's why she got the dog. And she goes, she's like, so it kind of means that somebody has to, the time that I'm going to spend with that person has to be better than the time that I'm going to spend with my dog. And she was like, otherwise, you know, I'm not going to do it because it requires so much effort. And she was like, before I had my dog, I would have just been like, oh, what do I have to lose? Sure, I'll go out. And it would have left me completely drained, completely this, completely that. And she was like, so now it's like I almost just like, you know, Honey is her dog, is my benchmark for like, okay, you know, is it worth it to me to give up time with my dog to be with you? And it's kind of giving me that energy of, you know, it sort of, you know, I don't know. It's like, I feel this energy of blissful honeymoon sort of energy of just like, this is my person. I am happiest when I'm in the company of this person. If someone else wants my time or energy to be spent away from this person, then, you know, it's got to be really high vibrational. It's got to be something that is really in resonance with me. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. I'm not saying yes to things that I really want to say no to because I have something that I have to sacrifice in order to say that yes, and it's just not worth it. So there's a lot happening here. in this connection, as in, you know, learning how to navigate it, and learning how to integrate like the things that we have learned through it. Yeah, look at that. You are my star who outshines all others. You are always safe with me. You do have, I'm not ready for a commitment with anyone, and I want to give you the world. On the bottom of the deck, you have, you're not my usual type, but I like it a lot. As far as, you know, I'm not ready for commitment with anyone, I don't know. It's not really resonating with me about the energy that I'm feeling. It could be more of like, I don't want to commit to being at places other than being in this relationship. You know, I like, you know, where somebody might have said, hey, on March 10th, do you want to grab lunch? And it's like, you know, the end of February, and you're like, man, I don't want to commit to that because I don't know what may come up with my person or my, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to miss something, you know, like that's the energy that I feel. It's just like this relationship has become the priority, the focus, and not in a bad way, you know, in a really like kind of beautiful, calm, peaceful sort of way. You know, Pisces, I feel like this is also the culmination of a lot of lessons learned on both your part and your person's part. You know, you've got this energy of like codependency and backstabbing and the Phoenix, and it's like every time that you were treated wrong, you know, every time that somebody didn't honor you or respect you in a relationship, anytime that like, you know, somebody wasn't able to like step up to be the champion to pull the sword from the stone for you for whatever reason, it's like it's all sort of led to this place and this relationship to where it's kind of like, you know, you made the choice every single time to rise above it. You made the choice every single time that something like that happened to say, you know what, I'm going to choose to find the gift. Guys, okay, relax. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's okay, girl. It's okay. I know, it's okay. Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, you guys. I hear ya. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up because these guys are just losing it. I know. I love you, honey. Yes. My grand dog is like in my lap, in my chair. But here's the thing. What I see is that where you are in March is somewhere really beautiful, and it's somewhere that I think you have always wanted to be and to experience. And I feel, again, there is this energy of spirit saying to you, this is not luck. This is you choosing time and time again a healthy choice. You overcoming the challenge and the obstacle and the person who did you dirty, or, you know, the person who backstabbed you, the codependent relationship. This is you consciously and mindfully making choices to have a healthy relationship and to not give up on the dream and the idea and the hope that you could have it. And yes, maybe we were the wind at your back. Maybe we did bring a soulmate into your life. Maybe we did make sure that you would meet this person, but you took it from there. We can't do everything for you. We can be with you and walk beside you on the path, but we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make him drink. And you've drank, Pisces. You know, you've made a lot of choices many times over to find the gift in difficult situations. You've learned the lessons. You've chosen to integrate those lessons into your life. And now what the reality that you are living and the bliss that you are experiencing is a result of all of those choices. And congratulations is kind of just what I feel like saying to you. So let's look at the tarot. Man, oh man, oh man. Jeez. When Spirit really wants to drive a point home, you know, it just like says it over and over and over again in all the cards. You know, this what you are being presented with, Ace of Pentacles, is a result of you freeing yourself from all the things that were misaligned within you. You know, releasing all of the things that you were telling yourself that weren't serving your highest and best. Making that choice to say, you know what, I'm not going to focus on all those things. I'm going to instead choose to focus on the future that I'm trying to create and the life that I want to live and the experience that I want to have. And I'm going to call it into reality. And Spirit said, here you go, and showed up and handed it to you. But it was through a lot of hard work on your own, you know, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the World card here. The Five of Pentacles are all of those fears that all human beings have. It's just part of the human condition. We're all afraid of intimacy. We're all afraid of abandonment. We're all afraid of all those things. It's just part of the human condition. And, you know, having to kind of work through those things and get real with yourself and say to yourself, you know, okay, is this an abundant mindset or is this a scarcity mindset? Is this serving me or is this not serving me? I'm making a mindful choice, a conscious choice to like close that cycle out, because you know what, that hasn't netted me the results that I've been looking for. And it's like this moment in time, I think you have a lot of things happening to you. I think, you know, with the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, there is this energy of the observer, of being the observer in your life and taking moments and taking a time out to, even from rapidly moving energy in your life, to really look at your truth again and to really reconnect with that truth again. And I keep getting, like, especially with the Eight of Swords, there's almost this energy in March of like thinking back maybe even 8 months prior. So I don't know what that would make it be, maybe July of 2024, and just almost like there's this acknowledgement of how far I've come since then. You know, where I was lost in my thoughts, these thoughts that weren't serving me, that were keeping me stagnant, that were making me stuck, that were sort of not really allowing me to experience my own limitlessness. And I have freed myself from that. And in this process, like, I've made this like rapid progress. And it's not the type of progress of just like I'm putting one foot in front of the other, like the Knight of Pentacles. It is the progress of, and the universe is supporting it and is at the wind at my back and is making all of these things come together, or giving me all of these opportunities or possibilities that are showing up in my life that are allowing me to experience this real connection with flow, really, is what I feel like. You're in your truth, you're living your truth, you're and you're doing it in a way in which you are the observer. You are truly kind of watching it all unfold and sort of keeping grounded and keeping it in perspective with, like, wow, it took a lot for me to get here. And wow, you know, it's like not just getting swept up in it, but also in this energy of kind of watching everything fall into place and watching everything come together. And I just feel this sense of like incredible pride, of like true pride, of like, wow, I did that. I made this happen. I made this decision maybe 8 months ago, and look at how it has come together. Look at how it has worked out for me. Pisces, I'd say you're off to a pretty amazing start in 2025. I do feel like there's definitely a relationship of significance. I do feel like you're freeing yourself from things that have held you back in the past. I feel like you're integrating a lot of lessons, a lot of practical knowledge that you've gotten over time. And I feel like there is this connection that you keep choosing and that keeps choosing you. And it ends up getting to a pretty solid place by March. All right, a very solid place, I would actually say. A honeymoon phase by March. this is what I have for you, Pisces, for the first 3 months of this coming year. I hope this helps. I hope this brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I really do appreciate you guys. Until next time, I send you off with all my best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.